Yes, so today we are going to discuss about natural gas. Okay, natural gas is also a fossil fuel. Okay, but it is a gaseous fossil fuel. As I told you that coal is a solid fossil fuel, petroleum is a liquid fossil fuel, and natural gas is a gaseous fossil fuel. It is found along with petroleum in oil wells. We have discussed it yesterday also, and again I'll be showing you that it is found with petroleum in the oil wells. Okay, just see over here the diagram. If you will see this diagram carefully, natural gas lies above the petroleum in the oil wells. Saline water, then we have petroleum, that is crude oil, and then we have natural gas. Okay, so there should not be any confusion. Natural gas is formed by the dead and decomposed marine plants and animals, aquatic plants and animals buried deep inside the ocean bed under high heat and pressure for millions of years. So this is how natural gas is also formed, and it is found along with petroleum in the oil wells. Okay, and while taking out petroleum by drilling holes in the rock caps, okay, first natural gas comes out and then petroleum comes out. So in this way we obtain natural gas from inside the surface of the earth. Okay, when natural gas is compressed under very high pressure, it is called compressed natural gas, CNG. Full form of CNG is compressed natural gas. Natural gas kept under very high pressure. It gets compressed, and that is why it's known as compressed natural gas. Okay. Then the question is, it has very high calorific value. Okay, calorific value, we discussed it last time also. Calorific value means amount of heat it produces when 1 kilogram of the fuel is burnt in the presence of pure oxygen. That is what actually calorific value means. Okay, so natural gas produces very high heat, and that is why it is said that it has very high calorific value. Okay, now natural gas is used as domestic fuel. Natural gas is used as domestic fuel, industrial fuel, as well as automobile fuel. This is a well-known fact to you that nowadays, in spite of petrol and diesel, we are switching over to CNG. The reason behind switchover is it is clean and green fuel. We'll discuss all those things just now in this today's module. Now, it is also used as a base ingredient in the manufacture of fertilizers and chemicals. Okay, natural gas is used as a base ingredient. Base ingredient means that with the help of this natural gas, fertilizers and chemicals are produced in the industries, and that is why it is written it is used as an industrial fuel. I think you have understood. Then the next point is it is called better and greener fuel. There is a big question mark over here. Why is this called better and green fuel? Why? Okay, and that will be again the topic of discussion in today's module. Okay, so listen once again very carefully. Natural gas is a gaseous fossil fuel. It is found along with petroleum in the oil wells, and it is obtained just like petroleum by drilling holes in the rock caps and inserting pipe inside. By inserting pipe inside, first natural gas comes out, and then with pressure, petroleum, that is crude oil, comes out of the oil wells. It is compressed. When it is compressed under high pressure, then it is called compressed natural gas. It has very high calorific value, means it produces a lot of heat when 1 kilogram of the fuel is burnt in the presence of pure oxygen. And basic uses are domestic fuel, industrial fuel, as well as automobile fuel. Okay, now we'll be discussing more of it just now. As I told you regarding its occurrence and how is it obtained. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of this natural gas? And from here only we will be getting many answers. Advantages, just listen very carefully all of you. More environment friendly. Okay, the reason, it causes very less pollution. Listen very carefully, it causes very less pollution. Next, cheaper than gasoline. Cheaper than gasoline, what does this mean? It is cheaper than petrol. Gasoline, another name is petrol. So it is cheaper than gasoline. Next, safely stored and burned. It's very easy to store natural gas in cylinders. Okay, natural gas can be very easily stored in the cylinders and can be easily burnt. Just like LPG, how easy it is. Okay, how easy it is to use these fuels. Okay, very easy it is to use the fuels and very easy it is to burn the fuels. Just like LPG, natural gas also, it's very easy to burn also. Next point is it can be easily transported. It's very easy in transportation through pipelines. It can be easily transported from one place to another. And the next one, many natural resources still underutilized. We can use these natural resources, okay, at many places. Many uses are there, and natural resources are, and many places are there where we can use it, but still we are not using. So all these actually will come under its advantages. Okay. Next one, disadvantages. It is damaging to ecosystem. Listen very carefully. Just now we have written that more environment friendly, and here we are writing damaging to ecosystem. What does this mean? Damaging to ecosystem. Listen, anything that burns produces carbon dioxide. Okay, even the quantity of carbon dioxide is less, but still it is formed. And if it is formed, it will be the reason behind global warming. Always remember this. Clear? Burning of natural gas produces fewer emissions of carbon dioxide, and little bit carbon monoxide is also formed, although compared to other fuels very less. But slight formation of these polluting gases can cause damage to our environment, and that is why causing damage to the ecosystem. Okay, it is non-renewable resource that we all are knowing. The resource is limited, and if it is not used judiciously, it will be over and future generation will face energy crisis. Okay, highly flammable. Highly, you might have seen at many places it is written, in even in the gas cylinders also it is written over there, highly inflammable. What does this mean? Even a small spark can cause a lot of problems. A small spark can cause a lot of problems. That is why while keeply storing it, we should store it very safely. And it should be away from any burning substance. The cylinder should be kept away from the burning substance. Next is, it can be easily transported, but costly. Transportation is costly because we'll have to put on the underground pipelines. That is why it becomes costly. And most common cause of carbon monoxide deaths, actually carbon monoxide is one of the very harmful gas. Very fewer emission of carbon monoxide is there, but still that carbon monoxide is very harmful for us. Okay, very harmful for us. And carbon monoxide, if inhaled in excess quantity, can cause death of a person. Okay, carbon monoxide, as I told you earlier also, that any fuel, if it is burnt, it produces carbon dioxide also, and it produces carbon monoxide also. In case of natural gas, very fewer emission is there, very less carbon dioxide and carbon monoxides are formed, but still whatever is formed can cause global warming and can cause deaths. Okay, moving on to the next one now. Once again, this is written in a different way. Just see. Advantages: cleanest fossil fuel available. We have three fossil fuel: coal, petroleum and natural gas. Out of these three, natural gas is considered to be the cleanest fossil fuel. Okay. Cheap, as I told you, cheaper than other fuels like gasoline and etc. Easy to transport, just now we have discussed. But remember, it contributes to the greenhouse gases. You all are knowing greenhouse effect. Okay, the overall temperature of the earth is increasing day by day due to increase in the concentration of carbon dioxide gas. Now the question is, how is this carbon dioxide formed? It forms by the burning of fuels that we are using day and night. Okay, so natural gas also produces little of carbon dioxide, although quantity is less, but that quantity contributes to the greenhouse gases. Natural gas, highly inflammable, just now we have seen, that is why explosive. Okay, and non-renewable, that you all are knowing, non-renewable, the resource is limited. Now, natural gas, just see, it occurs in nature, mostly found under earth crust along with crude oil. See each and every sentence very carefully. It is a mixture of hydrocarbons, about 80 to 95% methane. Now question may be asked, what is the constituent of natural gas? Your answer will be methane. Methane gas constitutes natural gas. Natural gas is made up of methane. That is what you have to write. Other substances are there, other hydrocarbons are there, but you need to write only methane. Natural gas means methane. Okay, you can see over here the calorific value very high and used largely as domestic fuel. Okay, next, CNG, compressed natural gas. When this natural gas is compressed under high pressure, it forms compressed natural gas and largely used as an alternative fuel for motor vehicles. Okay, we all know that it is used nowadays as automobile fuel. Automobile fuel. Mostly nowadays, everywhere in most of the vehicles, either they are coming with a CNG kit, or the people are now transforming their vehicle into CNG kit vehicle. Okay, where compressed natural gas is filled in the cylinders and it is burned and used to run the motor vehicles. Okay, next one is liquefied natural gas, LNG. It is the liquefied natural gas. See, all these full forms will be asked. CNG, compressed natural gas. LNG, liquefied natural gas. And LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, what we discussed yesterday. Okay, now liquefied natural gas is formed by refrigerating natural gas to below minus 260 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, what is the use? Since it is more dense than CNG, so it's good for large trucks that need to go on long distance. Okay, so that is the use of LNG. It is completely new to you. LNG, liquefied natural gas. Nowadays, with the vehicles that run for longer distance, they are generally using LNG. Okay, and then the next one, LPG. So natural gas used as a fuel, and this natural gas is of two different types generally. When compressed, called compressed natural gas. When liquefied, then it's called liquefied natural gas. Second one, LPG. liquefied petroleum gas. It is a mixture of propane and ethane. Actually, when you will be asked to write down, you write down liquefied petroleum gas. LPG is made up of butane. Okay, it also has very high calorific value and basically used as domestic and industrial fuel. We have already discussed it yesterday. Now, the question is cleaner fuels. Why are these gaseous fuels called cleaner and better fuels? Okay, listen very carefully. LPG, CNG, biogas, the gaseous fuels, all the gaseous fuels are considered to be cleaner and better fuels. There are many reasons behind it. Okay, first reason that is being written over here, on burning they release lesser amount of carbon dioxide gas. Okay, on burning they release lesser amount of carbon dioxide gas. What does this mean? Although they produce CO2, any burning substance will produce CO2, but the amount of CO2 produced will be lesser. Okay, they are contributing to the greenhouse effect, global warming. Okay, but lesser emission is there. Another one, natural gas. Out of these also LPG, CNG and biogas. Okay, natural gas is called clean and green fuel because it produces very less amount of pollutants. Okay, natural gas is called clean and green fuels. All basically gaseous fuels are considered to be clean and green fuels. Krishraj, mute yourself. How are you unmuted? Yes. So, clean fuel. I think you all have understood CNG, LPG, biogas. Gaseous fuels are considered cleaner and better fuels, and they are also called clean and green fuels. The reason they produce very less amount of pollutants. Now, one more thing is very important over here. Gaseous fuels. Have you ever seen that after burning any gaseous fuel, leave any ash? No. No solid residue is left. And that is why they are called cleaner fuels. Moving on to the next one. Characteristics of good fuel. As I told you earlier also, that there are certain characteristics of an ideal fuel. Okay. And these are very important for us to know. Every fuel should have all these characteristics, but it's not possible. Okay, and that is why we say in general that gaseous fuels are meeting almost all the characteristics. Gaseous fuels are meeting almost all the characteristics. Okay, for example, very high calorific value. As you all know, calorific value, amount of energy produced when 1 kilogram of a fuel is burnt in the presence of pure oxygen. Okay, the unit for calorific value is kilojoule per kilogram. The unit of calorific value is kilojoule per kilogram. How many kilojoules of energy is produced by burning 1 kilogram of a fuel in pure oxygen? Okay, second point, moderate ignition temperature. Ignition temperature is the minimum temperature at which any fuel catches fire. Okay, so fuel should neither have very high ignition temperature nor it should have very low ignition temperature. Next is low moisture content. Fuel should contain very less moisture. Low ash content. It means after combustion, they should not leave any residue, any ash. Next, moderate velocity of combustion means they should burn moderately, continuously with the same speed. Okay, this should not be there that sometimes they are burning with high speed, sometimes very low. No, moderate speed should be there. Continuously, there should be the moderate speed of combustion. Next, should not produce any harmful products. Just now we discussed carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide are generally formed, but When gaseous fuel is used, they produces comparatively very lesser amount of these gases. Low cost, obviously, this is one of the characteristic. Easy storage and transportation, and easy controllable, means the control of burning should be in our hand. Okay, if we want, we'll make it burn. If we don't want, we should switch off the burner. So that should be in our hand. All these are the characteristics of good fuel. Okay, now a very important thing here that we have to discuss is that we should use fossil fuel judiciously. Very important thing is over here that the burning of fossil fuel should be there, or use of fossil fuel should be there, but we should use it judiciously. The reason, they all are fossil fuels, and if they are continuously being used, their stock will be over. They are limited in amount, and we have to preserve them for the future generation. Okay, so always remember, fossil fuel should be used judiciously. Okay, and we can prevent it, or we can preserve it for our future generation. So this is what is the topic that I wanted to discuss from you all.